Hi, I'm Erica Vellanti, and today we are in Anacortes, Washington, where we will be meeting Bob and Kelley Scarzafava, the owners of Anacortes Diving and Supply.
Hi, I'm Kelly,
I'm Bob.
and we own
Anacortes Diving and Supply
here in Anacortes, Washington. And we have been in business now for almost 30 years.
Tell me how you guys met.
We're working for the same company in St. Thomas.
So I was the diving and snorkeling instructor on the cruise ship. So we would run the tours to the island where Bob worked. And so the dive operator said to me, can you come on the boat? So I did. And we got around the corner of the island to head for the dive site, and it was super rough. We took a big wave over the bow of the boat, which then the engine died. And then the boat was just floating and it spun around, and we took another big wave over the back of the boat, and stuff started to float in the boat. We were headed for a reef, so we threw the anchor down. Another wave hit. Anyways, everybody got in the water, away from all the rolling stuff in the boat. And luckily, somebody on shore was checking on us and
Saw that everybody was in the water and called me. And then I came out in another boat, picked them up, and I jumped into the now swamped, sinking boat to help rescue the boat and tow the boat to shore.
So, Bob saved the day. You guys from there kind of said, hey, maybe we're going to become a couple. What about the dive store? How did you guys start the dive store together?
My father at the time was like, what are you guys going to do with your lives? What do you mean, what are we going to do with our lives? We had jobs, or Kelly's working in a dive store. I was delivering and selling beer. Somebody goes, no, really, you need a real life. Like, okay, well, buy a dive store. It's the only thing we really know how to do well. We've been doing it and working in dive stores. So we started looking around and we found Anacortes Diving, started talking to him, and he goes, this is my hard line. This is it. Whew, okay, maybe we can do that, maybe we can't. So we were able to scrounge around and get some loans, and we decided to go ahead and buy the business.
When you first got started, it was just the two of you. How has your team evolved over these years?
So we had a pretty good team there for a while, then it was like,
Yeah.
I think it was because of the recession, though.
What was that like?
it was tough. We had many evenings where we were just sitting here going, wow,
We don't think we're going to make it.
to keep the money in the shop and to keep the shop viable, we had to do all the teaching. So whether it was two people doing a class or whatever, we just did it.
If you walked in the door and said, I'd like to take navigation class, we were like, great, tomorrow work for you?
Yeah, we did what we had to, but there was a couple
lean times.
times that we like looked at each other and go, we're gonna
This
take
could be it.
gonna take a loan to survive. We're like,
Not doing
gonna.
it.
We saw other dive stores disappear because they couldn't pay back the loan.
We had one employee who had 3 jobs. We didn't have much to give him at the time. Other than that, Bob and I worked and did everything. And we didn't have days off. He would work, I would work. He'd take a day off, I'd take a day off. And we just weathered the storm. Ultimately, that's how we survived.
Now we have 2 instructors plus us and a good team of dive masters for support. So, in the store, we have a great staff now. I mean,
Yep.
these guys work great, bust their butts.
So one of the things that you guys are known for is your really awesome travel program. How did that get started?
The first trip that we ran out of the store was a trip to Baja, Mexico. Drive and dive kind of thing.
Yep.
Where we had these trucks and we'd all pile in trucks and throw the dive gear in and drive around all the little shore dives around and go diving, and had a great time. And I always tell people, I say, you have to start small. You have to get people to trust you with their hard-earned dollars to go on vacation and to make that fun. And obviously after 30 years, we have been a lot of places, had a lot of fun and met a lot of people.
Yeah.
And traveled nearly all over the world, not just the tropics, but, Antarctica and Iceland too, and have a great group that follows us on our trips.
You just have to show up with your dive gear and your passport, and then you don't have to worry about anything. It's not like, well, what do we do when we get here? What do we do when we get here? Everybody now is like, well, Bob and Kelly have got it figured out. You just got to travel with them.
Because we like to go off the beaten path where everybody else isn't going. A lot of people are fearful of traveling say to Indonesia, or we're headed to Papua New Guinea coming up, and that's scary for some people to travel by themselves. So group travel lends itself to having safety in a group environment and makes people a lot more comfortable. As customers will say, are we ever going to go to such and such destination? And then we look at it and see if it's a viable destination for the group to go to.
Tell me a little bit about the Ultimate Diver Challenge. What is that?
Well, it's a way that we kind of have gamified getting certified. So not only do you work your way towards the master diver level, which is the highest rating, non-professional rating that SDI has, but it gives you a path that you can follow to get to that goal. So for most people, 50 dives in a year plus all the specialties that are required, it takes a little bit of time, right? And most people a year or two. By giving them a pathway to get there, they can achieve it a little quicker, but also it keeps them interested in getting their little stars as they go the next level. And each level they hit, we have t-shirts and everything that we give them to say congratulations.
You make it fun to commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal. Scuba is fun.
If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong.
So what is that process like if somebody wanted to learn to dive with you? What would they do?
First, come into the store, talk to us. We would ask a lot of questions. Do you plan on going someplace, diving locally, kind of get a feel for what they want to do, and then get them registered in one of our classes. We do classes every month, year round.
Yeah, the advantage here for year-round diving is there's really not any reason that we can't continue to dive all seasons.
And I think that rubs off on people when we do dive, that we still love it. I mean, after 30 years of doing it, plus the time before working in the Caribbean, I still love getting in the water. I was out diving yesterday. It was great, and everybody had a great time. We saw a lot of cool stuff, and everybody's like, yeah, that was great. And that's what you feed off of.
And I think we always made the decision that when this becomes no longer any fun, that was when we knew we had to go. And so far, it's still a lot of fun. We enjoy teaching. We enjoy the store. That's why we're still here.
You love what you do. You never go to work.
Yeah.
That's right.